So today I decided to do another video because I actually just got another trigger, and this is like the craziest thing that happens with people with ADHD as well. It's when you have been so hyper giving. It's when you have been so fixated with other people and giving to those people to a point where you're always that friend, or you're always that relative, or you're always that partner if you're in a relationship that will be seen as I'm trying to find the words to put this in, but you're always the safe space. But for you to be the safe space, and people get to say things like, I always come back to her, or be the friend that whenever your other friend is ready for healing, they always come back to you and whatever. But no one talks about, because of ADHD, we look like the strong friends, but no one talks about how for people to come back, they must have left, right? No one talks about initially you left. And it's so beautiful how I get to be the strong friend, or the strong partner, or the strong relative, because of my ADHD and how my emotions sometimes can, today could just be a good day and then you can just come back in. But no one talks about how this is, let me try and even draw a diagram as to how this thing looks like to anyone who's going through this. This would be you over here, you are so like filled with so many things. And then there's these people, right? People here, right? You do your best to curate a safe space. You do your best to overlove, give love, create literally safety with even removing your own boundaries so that they always feel safe. When they start going through what they're going through, which is again allowed, they then depart into this space over here. They depart, and they depart into this space over here. You are now alone. They are now here. You are crying. You are in pain. You have decided, okay, the water of the ocean or of the beach has washed over my sandcastle. But now I have to rebuild another sandcastle. So what you do is you build another sandcastle. You be building another sandcastle, But then these people, whatever happens where they are, I don't really know what's happening, then get to say, oh, this castle is growing, or whatever the case may be that they are feeling. Because sometimes this person here, you don't always build enough that people show. Sometimes you're literally still building foundation and no one can actually see the rest of the castle. So now they come back. In the name of, you're the friend, or you're the partner that is always there for me when I need it. But what about when I was alone? What about this moment when I was alone? So I'm just supposed to allow this to come back. The rejection that I received in this, I'm supposed to just allow it in the name of, we give each other space, we give each other grace, what about when this castle needed these people? What about when I was crying, when I was broken, when I was hurting, when I needed you and I didn't want to be alone, and all those moments? What about those moments? And then they retract. Didn't they retract? Didn't they go? Didn't they, when you were too much, didn't they go into these pockets, right? Now that you've created your own stability, they now want to come back. This confuses me. I've never understood this, and till maybe I'll never understand it. Maybe through my healing journey I will understand it. But I just wanted to make this video to just show you guys that even in this journey, there's still things that will trigger you. Now you, in your light and your beauty, need to now discern why they coming back. No. And that's why we have certain things like detachment. Detachment really is the best thing that you could ever do for yourself, especially if you're someone who has ADHD, because your emotions are constantly fluctuating and you're not always aware of who's trying to hurt you, or who's trying to now steal from you again, or who's trying to siphon from you, or who's trying to literally regenerate with you. Sometimes people are not coming back because they want to steal from you. Sometimes they want to come back because you really are a pillar to them. And what about when you needed that pillar? What about the times where your inner child and your flesh had to figure it out on their own? What about that? And then you have to respect your inner child. You have to love her enough to say no. No. You walked out. You had your things, right? You had your things. When I said, and one thing about an ADHD person, they do communicate. They will communicate their needs to a point of bleeding blood. Like they will say, I need you here. I need this here. This is where the strong girl gets to say, I need you here. They communicate that. But others are always overwhelmed, which is okay. But don't, without reconciliation, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that, because it hurts. It's confusing. And it feels like breadcrumbing. And just, this is why with ADHD, the rejection sensitivity is also connected to the need for justice. This does not feel like justice. You walk away, I figure it out, then you come back. Does not feel like justice. You either need to come back with some reconciliation, you either need to come back with something, because this girl here, I'm sure she really communicated her every part. You knew when you left what you were walking away from. Because for people to be leaving, it's mostly because you're too much, according to them. Not that you really are too much, but for them, you are too much. So coming back needs to be explained. So if you're this person who just comes back into people's lives after abandoning them and thinking, oh, I just need to be on my own, after other people are doing their best to not even create distance, but okay, in love, we can, create, you ghost people, you walk away from people because you're going through so many things. You're this, you're that, and then you just want to walk back in. No, if you're going through a tough time, you reach out to your friends and you let them know, I'm going through a tough time this week. I just want, please keep me in your prayers, guys, please, whatever the case may be. If that's what you want, like if you want space, then you communicate those things in love. You don't make other people feel abandoned just because you're going through something. There is a sense of responsibility that we all have within ourselves. This endless case of giving out grace is breaking us. Some grace is genuinely for God, and we need to stop throwing our pearls to pigs. God tells us about creating boundaries all the time, but we as people want to allow our attachments to say, you got to say this, you got to say that, you got to say this. No. You guys need to learn how to respect people and give people everything that you feel. When you feel broken, when you feel hurt, when you feel alone, what do you think someone else next to you is feeling? And if they have the love to even articulate that I feel broken right now, and then you say you're too much, you better not come back now. You better not come back unless you're coming back with reconciliation, unless you're coming back with an apology, unless you're coming back with some form of an explanation. And your explanation cannot be selfish nor narcissistic. You need to acknowledge that you left someone also in a tough time because you were also going through something, which is okay, but you didn't want to be a community. You wanted to be alone. That's fine. When this person has now figured out how to be alone, you need to also respect how you come back to this person. You need to come back with caution. You need to understand that this person had to build alone and respect that. You got to respect that. You can't just come in and waltz in. However, you're still literally doing your best, trying to build the sandcastle up again from all these waves and everything. And then people just want to be like, oh, your sandcastle's cool. Can we play with you? No. When I wanted to build with you, you didn't want to build with me. You said you got it better. You know what you're doing. Because also another thing, when these people, these walkawayers walk away, they walk away with a lot that they say. They say a lot. It's like, I know I need to create my own boundaries for myself because you know what? I don't deserve this. And then they walk away with a lot of statements of resilience. So you're sitting here and you're alone and you are even accepting what they said. You're saying, They are right. Why am I begging for love? They are right. Why am I had to tell a friend of mine, you are right. My needs are too much for you. The way you've articulated that my needs are asked her to do something with research with me, and I guess she forgot or whatever. But whatever, it was such a minuscule thing, but my needs ended up being too much. And 3 weeks ago, this person was ready to make a huge commitment with me. And now it's like, when I'm in need of you, my needs are too much. But when you are in need of me, I moved mountains. I was the one saying, okay, when are we getting this done? When are we getting that done? I was the one calling in, checking in. And it's fine. If you're strong and can walk away from people, that's beautiful. That is so beautiful. If you know how to handle your boundaries, if you know how to handle your things, I think that is the most beautiful thing ever. And when you walk away from me, that's all I'm thinking. I'm thinking that person is strong. I'm thinking that person is resilient. I'm thinking that person has boundaries. I'm thinking that this person is sharp. So I need to figure out what I'm doing with my life. And I'm there, building from the bottom again, my life. Building. And then this person just walks in. Remember, I'm weak. So how do you just walk in? You're so strong. Go be strong. Go be strong. I thought we're all human and we need each other as a community, but there's these just certain kind of people who just are so strong, right? They're so good on their own. And that's okay. Some of us, it's not like that. And some of us had to figure that strength from being left, not because we walked away, but because we were left and all we had was ourselves. And we played with the little toys that we have on our desk. The little toys that we have, whether it's your pencil, whether it's your pen, your pink pen, your lip gloss, your highlighter, we play with our little toys and we try and figure out with our little things that we have. But then these people who have it all then, right? Why are you here? Why are you here? I need to figure this out. Because now the moment you're here trying to build a connection and then I allow that connection, you're going to bite me like a shark. You're going to bite me like a shark and you're going to tell me again how much my needs are too much. So this is just a space for you to just always be coming back. No. To hell with that. It's a no now. Not with me. Not with my inner child. I was left alone and she had to remind me of the beautiful things that I love and I had to give her those things. And then the moment other people come, it's almost as if me and my inner child are now best friends. And just because the one friend from another place comes in and visits does not mean I need to now abandon her. And if my inner child says, I don't want to play with this other girl, we're not playing with her. We're not playing with her because how long do certain people need to be rejected? How long? It comes a point where the moment you take control of your life, which is in the last episode I spoke about, it's no one else's fault now. It's literally you and yourself, right? I'm at an age where it's no one's fault. But how long do we become victims? At some point, if the stove is hot, don't put your hand on it. To people like us who are just too much. At some point, be less. And just be too much for your inner child. Be too much for your creativities. Be too much for your things. Now I'm sitting here. I got my diary. I got my Bio Plus. I'm about to get some work done. I came in an hour early at work. I've got my book, my study book. The colors of this year, guys, were gray. So I did my best to stick to that theme because I'm always changing it up. And I've got my investment book over here. And I'm here to just do a bit of work before work starts because this is all I have. This is all I have. To just building. And then you get to walk back in. You get to just walk back in. No, that doesn't even make sense. Like, that doesn't make sense. And now, my inner child is looking at me like this. So what are you going to do? Are you going to abandon me again? Now I'm doing the same thing to my inner child. I cannot. That girl literally helped me out of the aloneness. When I was here, alone and they were leaving, the reason why I'm not dead, the reason why I did not hang myself, the reason why I didn't drink pills, the reason why I did not crash out and literally go livid on everyone is because this girl, my inner child, was the one who was there. And now that these people want to come back, I'm now supposed to protect who? Her. I hope this helps. I really hope this helps. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bells, because I have to say this part so that, because you know. But this, I just hope this helps. Now, because I just have to sit with the feeling and thank God again to ashwagandha, because I'm not making it too dramatic, but I just want to be raw and explain the initial thought. Now, I'm going to go listen to my Halia November, because it's such a good song for me right now, and focus on investments for dummies, since we're dummies and we need to figure out our lives and everyone has got it together and we need to figure it out, right? So this is what I'm doing. And I hope that you guys get to do and pour back to yourselves too, and be loyal to your inner child. Because if you're talking about loyalty and wanting all these things, but you're not doing it to your inner child, you're not going to attract that. God is not going to feel like you deserve those kind of people, because what do you do to those kind of people? You're going to hurt them too. You're going to be exactly like these people if you do not learn to respect your inner child, if you do not learn to respect you. So we cannot be repeating cycles. I want to attract people who are there for me. I want to attract people who are like this, like this, like that. So now I got to show up to myself in that image. In pain, in loneliness. I'm so lonely that but I have to show up. And my inner child helped a lot, because we're friends now. We're getting to know each other a bit now. And she's there for me now. And I'm there for her. And we're just walking together, like alone, with God. And that's all I think. I'm accepting it. You know, sometimes people say, oh, don't be in isolation. What about the people that people walk away from? You know, like, I'm doing my best. And yeah, that's just that, that's just that. And yeah, do your best to be there for you. Do your best. You know your kind heart. You know who you are. You know how hard you go for other people. For a second, just 1 month, just do that for you too. And see miracles.